building for rural logistics. It is energy efficient. I know the goal is to make this one of the most energy efficient buildings in Buffalo and Western New York. And we're certainly very proud that this building is located physically in the city of Buffalo.
We're anticipating being in our 15,000 square foot headquarters by February. So this building is going to be one of the most energy efficient buildings in Western New York.
It is great to have a building like this added to the landscape of our community, and looking forward to this great company continuing to do great things in our community.
Seems like yesterday, right, guys?
It does. It really does.
Absolutely. You know, I had this morning, Sean had posted a picture on Facebook, and I don't know where I'm trying to find. I had a picture also where we're actually at the point of putting up the logo. So it's starting to look a little bit like this. Looks a little bit different than it did about, was it 6 months ago? Jeez, it seems like years.
It's still an attractive logo, so that's good.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
So Mayor, now that we're entering in phase one, and that includes construction, what does that look like now for the Queen City?
Well, we're going to have more people on the road, more people going to work. Fortunately, all construction companies need to fill out their operational template. That needs to go back to the state of New York, so the state knows that the construction companies that are working right now have put the proper safety measures in place. So supplying employees with personal protective equipment, making sure that people are wearing face coverings if they're working in very close proximity to each other, and trying to employ physical distancing even while people are working construction as much as possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you've been very involved. I know you've been handing out masks left and right, which is awesome. We are going to, after the show, we will be making a donation of some masks to the cause. I'll deliver them myself down there. I know City Hall is still closed, but I'll figure out a way to get some of these masks to you so we can help out with the cause also.
Just let me know, Bob, and I will come and grab them for you, or we'll have somebody come and grab them for you. The city has handed out thousands of masks. Yes. We've been distributing masks to residents throughout the city of Buffalo. We are planning to distribute masks to over 10,000 residents, our neighbors that live in Buffalo Municipal Housing Authority complexes. Today, we're going to provide 1,000 masks to the Peacemakers organization. They work in some of the lowest income areas of our city, areas of the city that have been hard hit by COVID-19. So as they are out keeping the community safe, settling conflicts with members of the community, they will distribute masks to people that they see out and about who don't have a mask on.
Exactly.
Absolutely. It's so important to wear masks, to protect yourself and also in respect of others around you. Talk to me a little bit about the guidelines that you're setting forth here in the city.
So part of the guidelines will be, as you said, Samantha and Bob, people continuing to wear masks or face coverings, maintaining 6 feet of physical distancing from other people, no mass gatherings. We want to continue to avoid mass gatherings of any type. In work settings, people should take their temperature. So employees coming in the morning, the temperature should be taken. We're actually setting up temperature stations in City Hall. So when we reopen this building, people will be able to walk up to a station, and that station will do a remote readout of their temperature without having to hold anything to the person's head or without having to touch the person. Their temperature can be read, whether they're an employee or a visitor doing business at City Hall.
So, as we soon, hopefully, we move into phase 2, talking about the contact tracing that needs to be put forth so that we safely can make it to phase 2.
That was the last component of being able to open Western New York, the city of Buffalo, Erie County in phase 1. The city of Buffalo put out a request to all of our employees, particularly those that were working remotely from home, to volunteer to become contact tracers. The CDC requirements that the governor put in place were for Erie County and Western New York, Buffalo, to have 521 contact tracers for Western New York to be able to reopen. And now in the city of Buffalo, we have recruited over 330 contact tracers, more than 50% of what was required for our community to be able to reopen in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4.
And to aid in that effort, we have to fill out our census so that we can get every penny. Every penny counts right now.
Filling out the census is critically important. In 2010, the U.S. Census told us that there was a serious undercount in the city of Buffalo, which lost the city of Buffalo alone hundreds of millions of dollars in federal assistance for education, for infrastructure, for road repairs. People talk about fixing the streets. Well, we lost millions of dollars that could have been used to fix the streets because people did not fill out the census. Our response rate in 2010 was only 67% in the city of Buffalo. We can't allow that to happen again. In fact, this is so serious, the U.S. Secretary of Commerce, Wilbur Ross, called me personally to say, Mayor, we want to partner with you in Washington. Whatever you need to get Buffalo's census response rate up, we will help you do that. We have a plan to use our youth in the city of Buffalo and pay our young people in the city of Buffalo to partner on the census response. The Secretary of Commerce thought that was a great idea. We're going to work together to put our youth to work, helping us to increase our census response.
We're also in need of blood donation.
We are in need of blood donations. We are running low on our blood supply in Erie County and Western New York. People can call connectlifegiveblood.org to be able to donate blood at this critical time. We want to make sure that we do not run out of our blood supply. It is low. People have been calling the city, texting the city, emailing the city. What can I do to help? One of the big things, one of the major things people can do to help if they are healthy is give blood. We've opened the 3 golf courses in the city of Buffalo. Those golf courses are all operating with social distancing measures in place, with physical distancing measures in place. 20 of the 41 tennis courts, 20 of the 41 tennis courts in the city of Buffalo have been opened. They've been opened so that physical distancing can be applied with our tennis courts as well. The other 21 courts have not been opened. They don't have nets, so people can distance. We've put out a guide of 25 walking parks and trails in the city of Buffalo with recommended routes. Again, people can go to buffalony.gov to see that listing of walking parks and trails. That listing will also show people where they can run, where they can skateboard, where they can walk their dog, where they can ride their bicycles. So we're trying to provide a wealth of resources for people to get out, stay healthy, stay fit, but at the same time, stay safe.
Yeah, I personally have been going to a lot of these trails during this whole crisis. And I have to say, though, that I've experienced a lot of people around me that are not wearing masks. And I can imagine now coming into phase one, more people are going to feel more comfortable going outside. And I'm concerned as it gets more populated, what is that going to look like? I mean, I know there's some great signs out in the park that say 6 feet apart, but I haven't seen any signage for, recommendations on masks. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I have been recommending every opportunity I get for people to wear masks, face coverings when they're out in public. That's part of what we need to do to stay healthy, to stay safe, not only personally, but for others. It's a measure of respect for other people that you wear your mask. And you might be one of the healthiest, most robust people that is not in an at-risk group, but you could have a family member, a loved one that you care deeply about, a friend, a neighbor, a church member that does have a compromised immune system, and you unknowingly, by not wearing a mask, by getting the virus, by being asymptomatic, you could spread that virus to somebody else that you care deeply about and lose that person. Over 445 people have died in Erie County from coronavirus. During this period of time, from March 20th to present, over 825 people overall have died in the city of Buffalo alone. Now, all those people didn't have coronavirus, but because of the physical distancing, people weren't able to have the normal funeral service. They weren't able to have the normal wake. So if we care about other people, when we're out, we have to wear masks. Now, one of the things I've said, some people have criticized me for this. I don't want to be heavy-handed. I don't want our police officers to be heavy-handed. I don't want police officers during this difficult time, during this frustrating time, to be coming into negative contact with our residents. So thanks to very generous companies, we have provided all of our police officers with masks that they can give the public if they see people out in the community walking around without a mask or face covering. So they're not going to write a ticket. They're not going to arrest somebody. They're going to give that person a mask and ask them to do the right thing and to wear it to keep themselves and other people safe. We're encouraging every person to get tested. There are many testing sites in Buffalo, in Erie County, in Western New York. I would encourage everybody to go and take advantage of all of the testing sites and get tested. We also recommend to employers that as their employees come back to work, if you can secure temporal thermometers, so you can put the thermometer to the person's head and take employees' temperatures in the morning, that is a good thing to keeping people safe and healthy as well. But there are so many good places in the city of Buffalo. Lenova is one of my favorite places for wings and pizza. I want to recognize the Todaro family. Cookie Todaro sadly passed away a few days ago. I want to express my deepest condolences to that family who does so much for others in the city of Buffalo. That's one of the great wing places. Let's see, Just Pizza, another great pizza and wing place. Mr. Pizza, another great pizza and wing place in the city of Buffalo. I went to Je ne sais quoi on Hurdle Avenue.
Really?
Got some great food the other day. Another great place to go. Costa's Restaurant on Hurdle Avenue. Just absolutely
Love that place.
Love them. Paul Jenkins.
Yeah, Paul's a great guy.
really good guy, Jay Mano,
Yeah.
and Frankie Primo's, another great place. We've been doing a lot of stuff with Kevin Lester and Kevin's Catering. If you need stuff catered, he's a wonderful place. Buffalo Soul in the theater district, they're another great place. So on, and I could go on and
You got a
on.
list.
Yeah.
Yes, great restaurants. Hutch's on Delaware Avenue, another great place that I like to eat at, that I recommend people to go to. Manna, the Northland Corridor,
Gosh.
and Chef Dale Holt and Chef Ingram. That's another great place.
Man, you just garnered some free
Yeah.
meals here today with all these shout outs.
Well, Bob, you asked for it. Samantha, you asked for it. I can keep those coming. I think to be an effective leader, particularly during a time of crisis, you have to be well organized. You have to have a plan. So planning is critically important. You have to trust other leaders in your organization. A leader can't do it all. You have to trust other people. You have to believe in other people that are around you. Also, a good leader has to be willing to roll up his or her sleeves and do the work that they expect others to do. You shouldn't ask other people to do things that you are unwilling to do. I think the mark of a good leader is really rolling up his or her sleeves, getting involved, and being in it with the team. You know, I miss the contact with other people. I miss seeing smiles on people's faces. My coworkers, people in the community. We're wearing masks, we're wearing face coverings. You can't see those beautiful smiles of family and friends and coworkers. That's one of the things that I miss the most right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of an awkward. I was on a trail, and then I smiled at someone, and I'm like, wait, she can't see my smile.
Yes, yeah, you're wearing a mask.
Maybe she saw it in my eyes. You can't have that body language.
We're just sitting here with our masks everywhere.
One another.
So I tell people right now to smile with your eyes.
Right.
I think one of the things that will happen when we come out of this is people's smiles will be even warmer, even more beautiful, because people have learned not to just smile with their mouths, but to smile with their eyes as well.
Right before the pandemic hit, if there is any update that you could offer, but we had Bradley Cooper and an Oscar-winning director, Guillermo del Toro. They were filming here at City Hall. He was in awe of our beautiful Art Deco building. Are there any updates? I mean, it was such a great opportunity for our city.
Well, as you know, a lot of movie premieres have been postponed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Hollywood completely, for the most part, shut down a lot of production, a lot of releases of movies. I think we're going to soon see some of that coming back. There were a number of fun things filmed in Buffalo. I think in the not too distant future, we'll see some of those things coming out. And the exciting thing is there is talk now, even right now, while we're on pause, about new things being filmed in Buffalo, new film investments being made in Buffalo. So stay tuned for some exciting, for some fun, for some big information about film and filmmaking.
What a cliffhanger.